Okay, let's get straight to the point. Your computer is infected, or someone brings in an infected computer, and they tell you they want to get the computer fixed. So how do you know the computer is infected, and how do you know what to fix and what where the infection is? Okay, I'm gonna go over the easiest steps. First thing you have to do, you have to make sure you go into your details or your processes. If you're not using Windows 8 or if you're using an older version, look over here. You see what's out of the ordinary. Now, how do you know what's out of the ordinary? How do you know what's supposed to be here and what's not supposed to be here? You're just gonna have to get that from through experience. So if you're doing this long enough, you'll be able to recognize. Okay. First thing, check over here, see what's not supposed to be here. If you don't know what it is, you look at the description. If the description fits the computer, like for example, if you have a certain graphics card, you would expect to see some of the drivers here, and you should be able to recognize what's supposed to be and what's not supposed to be here. Okay. Now, if you don't see anything here and there's still a virus, next part I would look is in the startup. Sometimes it might hide in the startup, and the reason why you look in the startup is if you know that something looks suspicious, you can turn it off immediately. But if you're using Windows 7 or if you're using an older version, you're not going to have this thing here. So where would you find this? So you would go into msconfig. That's where it is. Okay, obviously, if you're infected, you wouldn't click normal startup because you don't want to start up everything because you might actually inadvertently start up the virus. So you click on select the startup. Okay, then you go into services. You hide your Microsoft services because if you don't, you're gonna screw things up. Look over here. Make sure none of these are suspicious. Make sure you know what each of them do. And if one of them is doing something you don't want it to do, like NVIDIA or these things, because I know I have an NVIDIA graphics card, I know I'm running their antivirus, I know what these things are doing, so I know they're legitimate, and they're not bad. This is my printer, right? So let's say you found something that they're not supposed to be there. All you have to do is uncheck it. Okay, this is at least going to stop the virus's automated running, so it won't run anymore. It won't start up anymore. Okay, now this is the place where the startup would be if you didn't have Windows 8. Same thing. If you see something that's not supposed to be here, turn it off, disable it, and then you can run your antivirus software, and it will scan. And because if you stop it from running, you at least give the antivirus some time to catch up, or so to say. Because if your virus is continually doing what it's doing, like copying stuff or manipulating something, if you turn off the startup, if you take off the services, you will at least hinder the virus, and you will at least weaken it enough to the point where if you have a good enough antivirus program, that it will catch up and it will find out and it will destroy it. But this is how you would detect it. This is how I would detect it. This only works for obvious viruses. It won't work for 100% because some of the viruses are just so deep level that you don't know what it is, and it just hides from you. That's if you have one of those, then your best choice is to do a clean and fresh install. But what I just showed you right now is how I would detect the virus if someone brought in the computer and they told me there's something wrong. I would immediately check what's running and what's going to be ran the next time the computer boots up, so you know what's up. So this is how you would see it. This is exactly how I would see it. Okay, if you see everything here, you're good. Okay, you make sure everything here is supposed to be here, and if not, you stop it. Now you don't want to stop. Okay, so another thing you can do is group the things. If it's by system, then you can tell they're kind of important. If you see what's everything by your name, then it's probably not important. Now what viruses can do is they can go into your system and change stuff here or infect these files, so it will be very difficult for you to see what's supposed to be there and what's not supposed to be there. So if that happens, just do the engineers always have a last option where it always works. It's like a fail-safe option, which is basically to do a clean and fresh install. Now now you can see why people won't want to do that, but if you have to do it, then you have to do it. Okay, those are my tips, and I hope you guys don't have too much trouble.